Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for Thursday, July the 22nd. And starting with the ASX on the 4-hour chart here, I'm finding it a little bit difficult to count this up through here. But if I take it off what the US markets have been doing, then we would be looking for a little bit of a high here, and then looking down for something like this. And in this case, we can either go, well, with the US, we can either go further down or further up here. So, yeah, even on the hour, I mean, I've been right down to the tick chart. It's just not clear how I can count this to the upside. If I look at this on the US markets, the S&P 500, then from the low here, this is a tick 15-minute chart. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is where we are with the S&P. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got a little bit more to go here before we get that ABC pattern, and that's kind of what I'm looking for here with the Australian markets. With Thursday, it's typically that it would open higher and then trade down for the day. So I'm thinking something like this here, and then that will hopefully set us up for the Friday to go long here. And if I'm wrong, we'll still be pretty safe, because if this is going to come down further, if this correction, if I just go back to the 4-hour chart to explain something here. So it is possible that the trouble with wave 4s is that we could put wave B here and wave 4 over here with wave C here, and all of this just for wave A here. So an ABC for wave A. So complex, simple, complex. The guideline of alternation, that is. So yeah, we have to be careful about that. So that's why the setup here is important. That's why instead of just buying the pullback at 60, 50, 60%, we should wait for a setup here. So that's what we're looking for on Friday, basically. So we need things to fall into place a little bit more here first. So that's where we're at. Yeah, safety first. So we need this trend to finish. It's probably wave 1 and 2 into here, and 3 and 4 here, and going up for wave 5. But on the tick chart, I'll go to the tick chart, but it just doesn't count very well, I have to say. Even on the cash market's not giving me anything either. See, it's pretty hard to count 5 waves in this first wave here. I can go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 to that little point there, but it's a bit shy of that one. So, but it does leave this as a nice ABC, I have to say. So it is possible that wave 1 could go to there in this space. Such, and wave 2 here, but I'm kind of, and then wave 3 here doesn't really play out. I'm not getting, in this section here, I'm not getting 3 waves here. I'm not getting 5 waves in this move here. But with the S&P, we can count this as 1, 2, 3 and 4 here, and then going up for 5 that's not finished. In that this would be wave 1 here and 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 to finish that off, and then there would still be wave 4 here and wave 5 here to finish that. So that would play out here, if I may. And this is just, I'm really in the guessing game here with this whole structure coming up here, because it's not quite right. But if I had to count it in line with the S&P and so on, then this is how it would count out here, and then that would be wave 5 here of larger wave 1, of course, and then we'll look for wave 2 to come back here, such. So we really need that, we need that A wave, B wave and C wave here for this, and in a nutshell, we go long on the B wave. So bringing that back down here, we want to be going long above this one here. But I'm not that sure about this. Do you know what I mean? This doesn't count very well as 5 waves. This doesn't count very well as 5 waves. So there's a few issues with all of this. But I'm just lining that up with the US markets, and let's see if Thursday, continues to move up and then fades from that point. Okay, so that's that. So I'll leave that at that. And the other point too is I may not be able to do the other videos today because I have to go get a COVID jab this morning. So I'll just see how I feel after when I come back and see if I can do them. Yeah, let's move along. So iron ore will be the first thing out of the gate. So we've had this iron ore on the daily chart. We've had this strong move down through here, which we're kind of expecting, really. Well, in a way, we're kind of expecting anything. But if we'd gotten support on the 1200, well, then you know that we would have been bullish from that point. But yeah, so we need to look for 5 waves down here. Sometimes there's a bit of equality in these cases, between wave A and wave C. So we could be down at the 900. So we'll down here somewhere. So we'll just pop that there. Obviously, there's going to be support at the 10, and it could turn at the 10, and so on and so on. But it's just good to get things into perspective first. So if that's the case, we'd be looking for 5 waves down here. But the other point with this, I must say, is that because we've got 3 waves here, that really gives us, it would be a triangle or a flat correction. And as a flat correction, then the wave C would be sort of in level with wave A here, so to speak. But because it went to the 61.8%, then it's likely also to drop down below wave A here. If the market had moved up higher to the 78.6, then it would have been, it's telling us that the market is strong and it won't come as low. But when it comes to this level, then it can come down, well, it can come down to 800. I mean, we need to be prepared for. But what we'll be doing is, once this gets underway here a little bit, we'll go to the intraday then, and then we'll look at counting 5 waves from B to C. So I'll have to put this here. I'm just going to make it simple. So an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we didn't even get 5 waves in the first wave here, so we had conflict there on that. But we've got increased volume on this bar here, so it's not an empty bar, so to speak. That's the trouble with time bars. Be it 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. I mean, it's based on time, not on ticks. So anything could have happened in that 5 minutes, so I really prefer tick charts in that regard. What deals have been done, how many contracts per tick. So bearish for BHP, FMG, RIO. So if you want to get out of those stocks, then this is the time to do it, because now it's confirming that we will be coming lower. At the same time, for a longer term trend traders, understand that this move here is in 3 waves, so it's corrective. So this is a bullish corrective pattern, even though it can come down to sort of 800 here. So depending on what you're doing with your portfolio and strategies, you could see this as just holding what you have and seeing this as a buying opportunity. If you're a trader, then you need to exit your positions and you need to be looking at the short side. So with that in mind, we'll go to BHP in the US. So BHP in the US, we've been looking at this particular triangle pattern. Obviously, BHP's got a few other things in iron ore in it, like copper and crude and so on. So also too, I must say here that even though I've got this as a D wave here, it's not actually confirmed as 3 waves here. We've got 5 waves here, and we've got 5 waves over here, but I can't call it wave D yet, really, because it didn't take out this low here, that low there. That's the one that would have needed to taken it out. If the market had moved through that low, then we could have confirmed that as an A and a B and a C wave, but it hasn't done that. It still can be an ABC, but it can also be up for 1, back for 2, up for 1, back for 2. So anyway, we'll just see how this plays out a little bit. Yeah. Not a biggie, but certainly if that top there gets taken out, then you'd want it. That's at the point would be wrong. And you want to be long at that point. So I'll leave that there. We'll check out the Australian market as well. BHP, it's traded on about 6 exchanges. South Africa, Stuttgart. So yeah, look, as a triangle pattern here, I still don't know this. But either way, even if it is corrective, it's not going far. Do you know? It won't come far. I mean, this is in 3 waves here. That's corrective. So at some point we'll be taking it. Well, we already took that high out here, but we haven't taken it out in 5 waves up here yet either. So that's sort of still probably 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here for this. I don't know, or pullbacks down. I just don't know, but I just see the whole thing as bullish. I just don't know what pattern it's going to play out on. Yeah, this is only 3 waves up here, so it's either going to finish as a D wave and come to an E wave and then go up. So that doesn't, it's not a big deal, just a bit of time. Otherwise, this will just continue to move up here, and we'll reassess this as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and continue to move up like we originally thought with 1 and 2 over here. So either way, I mean, I've got stuff in this, so just hold on. Yeah, not a biggie. It's RIO and FMG. Now, RIO's also got other problems. They haven't delivered on some of their mines on time, so they're going to be short on supplying. Where's RIO? Rio Tinto. So yeah, in this case here, I mean, the way that I've got wave C here is based on this. Well, once again, I would need this low on this low here to be taken out to confirm that's an actual A, B, and C pattern here. Because once again, it hasn't finished in, it's a little bit odd. So we'll have to go into WXYs. I don't particularly like to do that because it just gets a bit complicated for folks. Counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and ABC makes it a little bit sort of easier. And also too, the X that people use here, that was brought in by Prector. So that was something that was added, and there's other people that have added things, and I just try to stay as pure as I can. I'm not trying to be godly or anything. Still, like a nice clean mind, but I like to keep it all really quite sort of simple as if I can. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So this could easily pull back down to here. What we're looking for, though, I don't think this is a top the way that it's ended here. Possibly. I mean, if it had made a new high here, then we could have looked at it as an ending pattern, but it hasn't done that. So, I mean, Bitcoin was a bit like this, coming up into 65 and rolling over. Not to say that RIO is going to be rolling over here, but it does look impulsive. So we should expect RIO to come down further. And FMG should hold pretty sort of steady, even though iron ore has come down. It's sitting on 25 here. Yes, we can have a B wave here, and yes, we could end up with this here. So all of this here becomes the A wave, a B wave over here, and a C wave down here, and then up. That's what could occur here. So that would be in line with, well, it would probably, I think that iron ore would move down. If it was coming down for its C wave, it would move down quicker, where where this would move. I mean, how many days of this taken over here? So this has kind of got its own world a little bit. We'll just see how it goes. I mean, it's still, all of this is, this move here is in 3 waves. It's really clear, isn't it? It's an A and a B and a C. So that means we'll be taking that top out. Will we take it out now, or will it sort of come back down and move up? I don't know, but this is a bullish market. This is a bullish corrective pattern, and this, in the bigger picture, we can easily see this market being at $30 here. So let's cruise on past that. Let's have a look at copper. It's reluctantly edging down, isn't it? That's basically what it's doing here. This wave 4 could get uglier. We could have to put wave 4 over here and look at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave up here and then down. There's those sorts of things. It's not there yet. We're still waiting for the Australian dollar and the US dollar to top out a little bit. So on the Australian dollar, just go here a little bit. We also know that the first leg down here is in 3 waves, so we know that that's bullish. So we know the whole thing is bullish. It's just that we're correcting a bit deeper than expected, but in tracking it down here, we've got wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the 3rd wave, 4th wave, and then we're going down for the 5th wave in green, and we're looking for 5 waves. So we've got wave 1 and 2, we've got wave 3 here that we're considering to be around 73, wave 4 can pull back, and then wave 5 to move to the downside. That wave 4 here, that can rally, just roughly speaking, 40% back, 38.2%. So come into, I don't know if I've got that on the low there, but you can double check the prices and so on, but just a little bit more of a rally there, and then another move down. So until this gets a low here, then we can look at copper and a few other things. Let's have a look at the US dollar index today, see where that is. That's just Bank of America. We don't want that. We want to go to the economy. We want to go to the DXY. So we're just looking for a little bit more of a move up in here to finish this leg up here for wave C. Trends have got a beginning, a middle, and an end, and sometimes it's easy to notice and sometimes it's not. So the beginning is the building process of 1s and 2s and deep corrections. Wave 3 is always pretty sort of reasonably obvious, and obvious in this case. So we've got the beginning, we've got the middle, and we've got the end of the cycle. So we're at the end of the trend here. Looking for it to probably push up a little bit further. I'll just go through this and have a look for myself. Okay, we've got a bit of a turn there. So we're looking for this to push up. I need to work out all these squiggles, so that's going to take a little bit of time. It could be possible that we've got the top in play here for this. I don't see why not, but I still got to figure out this junk in here. What we could look for in here as well is 5 waves here. So to have a top in play here would need that look. Well, that's the top, isn't it? So that's 1 and 2, and I mean that could just be an ABC pattern to here. So what we want to see is we want to see an impulse wave to the downside. So we'd still need to see wave 4, and then we would need to see wave 5, and then we would need to see an A and a B, an A and a B and a C wave pulling back up 50 or 60%, and then we'll go down again from that mark there. So if we were going to short this, we could short it under here for that, under that 5 wave move there. Or you could draw a line through there and do it that way too. Because we got 5 waves here, we don't have that yet, of course, then we would get 3 waves over here, and then we'll get down to here. But even down to here, we'd have to be careful, because that is only, that could also be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave at this stage. So when we get a 4 and a 5th wave down here, so we get a larger impulse wave down, a fractal building on itself, then we'll also have an ABC pattern. So it's really until we get to this point. There's 2 points you can, and then that would pull to there, and then we would go down from that point, and we do the same thing as well, short under here, draw a line through here if we can, and all that sort of stuff. So there's degrees of things that we need to work through. It's basically you don't want to be shorting it late in this little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because the wave 2 will catch you out. You could short it on that 61.8% rally. That would be one thing to do, because you've got to get through this wave 2 over here. And it's, you can short it down here, but obviously you got to get caught over here with this. So it's a tricky business getting through all of these, All I can say to you is less is more. So having smaller positions so you don't sweat so much when these sorts of things are coming, because if you've got this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, and you've got positions in the lower end here because you've come in late, then you've got to sweat this out here. So if you're going to sweat it out, you would really want to be having a small position in there. So I think that, trying to get a position on the breakdown here and one here or one here, one in here somewhere, that's enough. And then the next one you get under this one over here, and you make it a little bit bigger at this point because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So those 5 there should extend over here into a third wave as wave 1 and 2 here. So yeah, just give us some consideration how you can get to the end, because when you're building into a trend from, it could be going long or going short, the first section down here is always the hardest. So that's what you really need to think about, how to do that. Having, like, if you trade 10 contracts, well then just put in 2 or 3 up here, and so you don't have to sweat it out, and keep your stop out of the way, because sometimes it takes like 2 or 3 shots to get the turn at the top of the market or the bottom of the market. Let me just see if I can, yeah, that could be it there. So I'll just clone that. That would have to be wave 3 sitting there for that, and that leave wave 4 and 5. It's a bit short. That could drop down to there, and that could be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, third, fourth, 1, 2. Yeah, I still need to do work on that. It's all a little bit iffy. Let's just see if we get a nice 5-wave structure here for that. Rightio. So that's copper, and have a quick look at gold. What's gold done? Okay, now, as you know, if you watched the gold video yesterday, we've got a few different counts here. We've got a triangle pattern happening, and we've also got this pattern happening here as well here. So this pattern is up for wave 1 here with an A and a B and a C wave here. This is not a C wave yet. This would suit the triangle pattern that we've got, and the market could move up from there. So at this stage, we can go long above wave B now that that's in play there. So we can go long above that. Otherwise, we just need to wait this out a little bit. I'll have a closer look, but the triangle pattern that we've got as well, which I think was on this chart here. So we need to, I mean, as from D to E here, this would make a nice A, B and C wave here. So for this market, that wave E can be in place there. So the A wave over here with an A, B, C, D and E here, that, I mean, it fits. So in that case, you could probably go long above this high here in this regard. I'll have a look on the gold. When we do the gold, we'll have a look at exactly how this plays out here for this. But the takeaway here today is that you can buy new highs. Okay, I don't think Newcrest has done too much, has it? Sitting at 26. I have to say it's pretty difficult to get a 5-wave structure up out of this here, so we could end up looking at all of this as the A wave here, the B wave pulling back up to 50-60%, and then a move down here before we go up. We have talked about this before. Okay, I think I've got to leave it at that. Just have a quick look at India. So this spike here in this data is not correct. So here we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and this would be 1 and 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we've got an A and a B and a C wave here. So look, that's probably finished at that point, but this is all corrective either way that we look at this. So this would be 1 and 2 here, and maybe 3, an A and a B and a C for wave 4. So we've still got further to go up. This will move up now from here. Let's just have a look at the tick chart or hourly chart or something in that little area there. Well, that makes it easier, doesn't it? Very much like the DAX and and the Australian market in a way, lagging a little bit. So the DAX has already moved up. The DAX has moved up to here, and the Australian market's moved up to here. So this is getting a nice little base here at the moment. So we can have a look at our levels. We're in group 2 here, so that's 800 is group 2, 800. And then we've got 720 in here. So 720, you could go long on top of that if that became the support. I'm just wondering if that's... So from this move here, we'd look at this as wave 1 and 2 in here. I'm just wondering if it's part of the triangle pattern. Let's just get a bit more data in here. Just want to double check on things. We've got 5 waves over here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, so that could be a top. That could be a B wave top, an A. That's the top. That hasn't. This doesn't feel like it's finished in 5 waves. This particular move here. Obviously, this would be wave 1 and 2 here, but even if that was 3 and 4, it's a bit close there. There's 5 little waves in that move. There's this one, which is not finished. That's all part of that. So that's 1 and 2. Yeah, maybe. Let's just give it a session or two. But what I can say to you is support on 5.8, classic trading levels pattern, and you can go long on that. So you need the first high above the level, and then this, because normally I just say go long above this point here, but we can go long above this one over here. It looks like it's forming a bit of a base here for this. Let's just check on this wave count. So it looks like that's all part of the same thing there. That's all part of it. This is an A and a B and a C here, and that's 5 there. I think we're done here. I think this is some sort of B wave up here with a C wave finished right here with 5 waves. And we're ready to move up from that point. So I'll just leave that with you at this stage. But yeah, the trend itself has got further to go up. I'll just check. Yeah, it looks like this is all part of this one, doesn't it? So 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 here, and 5 here, with an A and a B and a C here for that. But then I think we also counted this one here as 1 there, so that would leave that as 2. Just build this up a little bit. And this is also 1 and 2 in here. Okay, I'll do some work on that. I'll just go back to the daily chart just to get some perspective on this. I don't think we hit this wave 3 yet. That's what I'm trying to get away from here at the moment. So that's 1 and 2. Anyway, I'll do some work on that. But still, this is some sort of wave 4, and we're going higher. So the 1650 is the next level up from this point, and you can go long at which we already have a position here at 15.8 again. So at this point. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.